What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Can if there's anyone here that's able to type, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Is my audio okay? Is my audio okay? Microphone check us. Hey, Miss Lawanda, can you hear me okay? You hear me okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Summer, your host with the mostest, coming to you for a recap. Coming to you for a recap. If you are tuning in from Facebook, eventually you might want to make your way on over to YouTube because that's what we're going to talk about. What we got to talk about. Hey, Miss Antoinette, how you doing, love? How are you, beautiful? We're going to talk about what we got to talk about over on YouTube because y'all know how we do. And the topic is going to be interesting, okay? Because typically when I do my recap, I don't typically try to um dive into what people say and point out like I don't think it's the truth or you have stepping or this is that and the third. I normally tread really really lightly and just talk about what they talked about, kind of express how I felt about what they said and not try to make it seem like no, that's not that. But this is going to be a little bit different. This live is going to be a little bit different because it's about our special people. It's about our special people. And I wasn't even going to do this live, right? Because for people that follow me and know me, regardless of who you are, I kind of try to be conscious of the things I speak on. And I felt like this subject was a super sensitive subject. Even if I felt like, it don't sound like she giving up like all the information. It sounds like she withholding some stuff. But for those of you who may not be hip, Downtime did a tell-all with her friend YaYa. But before we get into all that, let me go ahead and say, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Summer, your host with the most, coming to you live and direct with a little recappy cat. We got some stuff to talk about today. Typically, we give our perspectives and our opinions. We try not to make our truths, and I'm still not going to try to make my truth or my understanding her understanding or her truth. It's just my opinion. We just talking about the news. We just reporting on the news. We doing what everybody else doing. So ain't no need for nobody to get up in their feelings, right? That's what y'all be saying. We just talking about the things y'all put out here on the internet. And this is another thing that y'all put out here on the internet by choice, by your friend. Your friend help you put your stuff out here on the internet. So all fair is all fair, you know, and love in the bloggers world, right? That's it, that's all. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how she always say, I don't be over there. I don't bother them people. I don't do this. I don't do that. But how you find out about that little part that I said? Because, or the post. She said a post. Because I know I had put up a post, but I took it down. It wasn't even up for like 2 seconds. Or did I put something else and forget and left it up? But I feel like I took that post down. Maybe I didn't. But either way, um, I was like, damn, shorty, why you in your feelings? I'm like, how come the same stuff that you be trying to spit don't apply to you? Like, you be like, we just report the news. Y'all put it out here. Why y'all mad? Well, why you mad? Ask that question to yourself. Why are you mad about us talking about the things y'all put out here on the internet? And then you like, she took it. She clearing the air. She taking control. Can't nobody keep talking about her. Who was talking about downtime? Was somebody talking about downtime? I know we wasn't talking about downtime about that situation. I don't recall anybody talking about the situation. Was somebody else talking about the situation that I'm unaware of? Like, was people talking about it somewhere else? Maybe Lisa and them was talking about it. Maybe they was talking about it. I don't watch Lisa. Like I don't watch Lisa. The one time I tried to go over there and I commented in her comment section. She blocked me. And so I really don't think of them because they not like a real, they don't have an actual presence. Not no sauce, you know what I'm saying? But y'all beef is legit like TEC back and forth. So it ain't really something I go over there because I don't really care about reporting on like them per se. Um So yeah, and I mean the TEC not necessarily important, but I do tap in over there sometimes to go see what they talking about because typically what they covering is about myself or one of my friends. So I'll be trying to see what they talking about sometimes, And when YaYa said she was turning over a new leaf and she was trying to do her biggest one, when I listened to that live, I was like, oh, she got something going. Like I could actually listen to this. So I've been kind of peeking in over there a little bit more, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about downtime today. And shout out to YaYa, because this live is courtesy of her because I wasn't even gonna talk about it. Even though I mentioned earlier, like we gonna talk about it, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna talk about it because this subject is a little bit sensitive. Like, dang, what I do. I know it's the TEC and they raggedy, MFers anyway, but it ain't what I do. And I try like to be fair across the board. But since YaYa has so much to say, I said, why not talk about it? YaYa is encouraging it at this point because why not just leave it alone? Like, why not you as her friend, sorry, her sis, you as her sis say, I'm not gonna dive into that because I don't want to give them the reason to keep on talking about my friend. She told her truth, she said what she had to say, and we trying to go ahead and move around from it. We trying to move around from it, trying to close that chapter. But no, your friend YaYa wanna pop her stuff. She said I got pubic hair on my head, y'all. She said she said pubic hair. Pubic hair. I said, what? I cracked up, bruh. And I find it mighty funny that the best interview on the social media sites right now, YaYa, M&F, and Mac, with that old, shrewd up, scared, stiff ass drawstring ponytail, looking like it stank at this point, screaming for some TLC, saying, I'm thirsty, I'm a little parched, please give me some moisturizer. That's just sticking straight up in the air. Oh, I think I could hold up for another 48-hour live, ass ponytail. You would think she would stop coming at somebody's head. I was in the bed, creeping in the darkness of my own kitchen, trying to go get me something to drink. Meanwhile, you dolled up in front of the camera, ready for action, and you keep going live with this struggling, need CPR looking ass ponytail. I mean, the ponytail looked crazy at this point, especially for someone who say they sell hair. Especially for somebody who say they sell hair. The ponytail is looking real crazy. It's looking real crazy. It's time to hang it up. Give it a rest. We tired of seeing it, YaYa. We tired of seeing it. Or at least give it some pink oil moisturizer, something to sprinkle some water on that joint, something, because it's like it's giving way too much natural. It's giving way too much 4C natural, like just a little bit too much, like a little bit too much. You might, want to revive it a little bit. You know, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into this downtime. So tune in. I took some notes. We're gonna talk about why I said some stuff just ain't adding up. And to me, if you was gonna tell your truth, tell your truth. Put it all out there. Let the truth set you free, my girl. Let the truth set you free, my girl. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna be discussing downtime today. Um, Mostly downtime. Like this is going to be a downtime live. We're going to break down her coming out story with admitting that the things that the lady, I think her name was Pam or Sam, always mix her name up, that came out and told us that she was a negligent parent or a absentee parent, was absolutely true. It was true. She came out and she lifted that burden off of her shoulders and told us it is true. I did confide in that lady and tell her that I ain't an eight-ish parent. You know what I'm saying? It is true. I don't got none of my kids. So we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna talk about it. So please forgive me. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This live might offend some people, and I do apologize in advance. But we got to talk about it because I feel like this is what YaYa want. And I'm in the mood to give her what she want. So y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's go. If you over on Facebook and you want to participate in this live, you want to hear what I got to say, you're going to have to come on over to YouTube. Okay? And if y'all missed it, I'm going to kind of give y'all some play for play. Try to give y'all some playback of what she said on the live and then give my perspective. Okay, you guys. And please don't come in the comments talking about, I know other people are live. I saw it. Please don't announce it. I know. So I know, some folks is going to be over there. Some people might come over here. Whatever works. The live going to be up. Y'all can catch the replay. So I'm finna clip Facebook in about the next 60 seconds. I'm about to clip Facebook in about the next. I should have got me something to drink. I should have got me a Dr. Pepper. Or I should have went and act like I only eat kids meals from McDonald's. I wish y'all stopped that BS. But as big as your arms is, you is not only eating kids meals. You eating way more than a kids meal from a fast food place. You don't have to pretend. Yes, we know you had the sleeve. Yes, we know that technically the sleeve, is supposed to make it harder for you to consume a lot of food. But it's pretty clear that your sleeve stopped sleeving a long time ago, just like mine. You far from a small girl. So I'm gonna need you to stop pretending like you only eating kids meals, because you're starting to piss me off, sis. It's cool that you be in there getting that Big Mac meal, large fry, and your drink on the side. Like, just, accept it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're a grown woman. You can eat what you want to eat. You feel me? But you're going to have to stop coming on here talking about this daggone kids meal. You have to stop coming on here talking about this kids meal. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. What up, Bloomy? Hey, Latrice, fine ass things. How you doing, sis? Again, trigger. If you on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, you guys. I'm finna clip YouTube so we can go ahead and get into this tea. It ain't really tea. It's just my reaction to what I heard on her live. All right. Let me see if I can get the link for y'all real quick. Drop it one time for y'all. A boom. Facebook. Come on over to YouTube, because we finna get into it. All right. I'll meet y'all over there. As a matter of fact, don't meet me over there. Beat me over there. Y'all know what we do.
Nice. The tea is coming soon. We got the tea. You at home or on the move. But you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's room. The tea is coming soon. We got the tea. You at home or on the move. But you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Kit Kats. Okay, and we are back like we never left. I said Kit Kats. You got the Kit Kats. I don't know about no gummies you're talking about, though. All right, let me go ahead and take this off. Did y'all go get y'all something to drink? Did y'all get some snacks? Did y'all get it together? I said you got Kit Kats. I don't know about no gummies. I never brought you no gummies. So if you got gummies, you ain't get them for me. Sorry, y'all. I need to be getting ready to go to bed. Okay, y'all. So we finna get into it. So, a day or so ago, YaYa did a live where she interviewed Downtime. Okay, Downtime decided to open up and be transparent. It was TEC's transparency moment, but the only people that was transparent was Downtime. Okay, Downtime decided to go live and let the cat out the bag and reveal that the stuff that Pam said about her parenting and her children were true. Pretty much confirming that she was a deadbeat parent and she's not in her kids' lives. Also confirming that she's definitely had some white girl, but she made it seem like she's tried it and she wasn't like she said herself, she wasn't an addict or nothing like that, but she has, tried it. She has dabbled in it, and she drink and she smoke her ganja. Everybody know that because she does that currently on the live. She was drinking beer, and I think she was smoking on the live she did yesterday with YaYa. Okay, so They also touched on how the whole situation with Keisha came about, and her talking about I don't even want to say the word, but y'all know what she said to Keisha about her life and things like that. She explained how that came about. And we want to start there because it's funny to me how they keep making excuses for themselves. They make it okay for themselves, but then, try to make it seem like everybody else is kind of like the scum of the earth, when they say and do things. And I don't think they realize how they be outing themselves because YaYa also brought up the situation with Niecy baby again and the reason why she disrespected her children. Because you didn't disrespect Niecy. I mean, you did because she's their mom. But you didn't just disrespect Niecy. You actually talked about her children. And you have already admitted on a live that she never actually talked about your kids. You said that she said something to you about wanting to be a parent, but she never talked about your children. You actually talked about her children. For anybody who got here early, y'all saw that clip. I've played it a couple of times where it highlights how she actually talked about the kids. And even when she came out trying to tell her story, YaYa is a liar. She does any and everything not to take accountability for her own words. Because even when she came out and she talked about it before, she tried to put it on what's that girl name? She said somebody else on the panel said it. She said, dang, what's that girl name? I know she was sick at one point, and now she's sitting on Lisa panel. Hey Mel, she sit on Lisa panel. K-Bay. She tried to blame it on K-Bay. And she tried to take the part that K-Bay did. Whole time, no, you said those things. And it was K-Bay that mentioned about Niecy banging on a window or whatever. But you tried to put it on K-Bay as the one who talked about her kids. When that's not. That was the furthest from the truth. And it's on candid camera. Like of you talking about her kids. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. So I want to talk about the Keisha thing first. So now I don't know what was going on with Keisha and Downtime at the time. I don't know what was going on with Keisha and Downtime at the time. I don't know if they still were cool at that point or not. That part I didn't understand. I don't follow them closely enough to know like the actual timeline. But based on what Downtime said herself, because they talked about Keisha talking about digging up her mom and spitting on her. Now she admits that Keisha called her privately. Keisha called her on the phone. Well, I don't know if it was privately, but Keisha called her on the phone and was asking her about her kids because PM had relayed this information to Keisha, and then Keisha reached out to Downtime. Now, was that okay for Keisha to do? Absolutely not. But again, I don't know what their relationship was like at this time. I don't know if her and Keisha was still cool or cordial, and Keisha felt like, oh, I could reach out and, ask for this stuff to see if it's true and like this, that, and the third because they was cool, or I don't know if they had fell out already. So if they were cool, then I could see Keisha reaching out because somebody told this to her and she called Downtime like, yo, da 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 da. Now, if they were not cool at the time and they had already fallen out, then Keisha was absolutely wrong for hitting up that lady phone, asking her anything about her children. But outside of that, it was a conversation on her phone, and Downtime admits that that was a sore spot for her to ask about her kids. So she tells Keisha to go ahead and take her own life, which in return, Keisha got pissed and responded with saying she would dig up her mama. Now, was any of that okay? No, but that is the timeline of events that Downtime explained. So don't say, oh, it's trauma for me. It's trauma for me. You poked the spot that sent me off the edge. You could say the same thing for Keisha. Keisha going through things. We have seen Keisha write stuff on Facebook, had people in a frenzy, knowing that she go through things, that she suffers from some mental health stuff, and that she's struggling with stuff in her life. Hey, smile through the tears. So if you saying you went through something traumatic, so did Keisha. So why is it okay for you, but not okay for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? You did something that caused a response, and then you responded again. So kind of like, where's the accountability? It's like you telling your story, but it's still no accountability, right? So I'm just like, that's interesting. And then YaYa admitted that on this same live that her response to Niecy baby was because she already was triggered feeling some type of way, about her friend Downtime. So she goes off the deep end and gets disrespectful towards children. And she's standing on what she said. She's not taking it back. She's not apologizing. Although she's already admitted that Niecy baby did not speak on her kids. She spoke on YaYa. She is admitting that she was in her feelings allegedly about her friend Downtime, which caused her to talk about somebody's kids. But you're gonna stand on what you said at your big 50 years old self and not be accountable for your own actions. I'm trying to understand. She's the oldest one out the bunch. I think YaYa is like older than all of us that kind of dialogue on these panels. I don't know about Arletta and April. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you so much for the super chat. I love the way you love on me, Miss Antoinette. Thank you. I don't know about Miss April. She might not be. I don't know if she older than Miss April or not. But outside of those two, because I'm not sure about their age, everybody else on this here app, YaYa is the oldest one out of all of us. And you going to sit there and stand on your soapbox after you've already admitted out your own mouth that a person did not talk about your kids, but you talked about them. You was in your feelings, so you went off the deep end, and you was triggered. So you said what you said. All these excuses for yourselves, never no accountability. But y'all stay trying to have other people saying what they ain't doing, what they should do, when y'all ain't following none of the stuff or directives that y'all got to say about everybody, which I find ironic. Like, don't talk about what other people got going on and the things that they do and how they wrong and this, that, and the third. When y'all backyard, what y'all said, it ain't mowed. It ain't y'all lawn ain't together, and y'all steady peeking into somebody else's lawn. And no, I don't talk about my stuff because that's not what I'm on here to do. I'm on here to talk about all of y'all. I'm a blogger. I don't talk about myself. Just like you don't talk about yourself, YaYa. But you got your friend up there talking about her personal business. You don't put your personal stuff out here. And you got your own reasons for that. But you want to encourage and co-sign your friend, sorry, your sis, to come up here and tell all her business. She didn't have to clear the air about nothing. She could have let people think what they wanted to think. And that's what I would have did if I was her sis. Forget what them people think and what that lady told them. Let them feel how they feel, because regardless of what you come up here and say, somebody who know how the internet work knows that regardless of what you come up here and say, the people who you are speaking to, who you finna cater to, who you trying to clear up things to, don't give a damn about what you got to say, because they're gonna feel how they feel regardless of what you say. It doesn't matter. So to come on here and actually throw up all your personal business, to me, is insane. And for your friends to actually be the one to help you do it is even crazier. Because, like, what? You will never catch me on a panel interviewing one of my friends, having them spill out their personal business, asking, having them to relive and tell how their parent passed away. You would never in a million years see Summer up here. Hey, May, let's interview. Let's put it out there. Hey, Toya. Hey, Jack. Hey, Steph. Hey, never in a million years. Never, 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 never. That's not how we operate. You know what I'm saying? I cover my sisters. I cover my friends. I'm going to cover them. I'm never going to encourage them if they ever come to a point and want to admit to me about something. Yeah, I know I said this and we did this, but since that ain't really what happened, this is really what happened. Like, that is true what they said. I'm not gonna say, oh, you want to tell your truth? Oh yeah, I'm ready to tell it. Come on, no. My friends come to me, even if she came to you and was like, I'm ready to tell my truth and ready to clear the air, I'd have been like, hell no, I'm not finna help you do it. She would have had to go on her own page and do that. She wouldn't have came on my panel. But like I said, you grown, y'all grown. You can operate your panel on your friends. You can handle your friends how you want to. But everybody that's looking from the outside and see that YaYa constantly throwing her friends under the bus, constantly throwing her sisters under the bus, constantly putting them in the spotlight, checking them publicly, got them looking like lapdogs. Like, this is what YaYa do. Like, and I'm not the only one who has said that. You know, multiple people have said the same thing. And then you got Jenny over there barking in the corner, rah, rah, like a little chihuahua. You know, we just talk about the things y'all put out there. Duh, ain't that what we doing now? I couldn't be talking about what I'm talking about right now if Downtime wanted to put her business out there with the help of your friend and yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and let's continue. So the reason why I said Downtime story not adding up to me, 1+1 supposed to give me 2, but that's not what I was given. It's like she be using them for the right. I feel like YaYa couldn't get another interview, so she took the opportunity to use one of her friends to interview them to fill a slot. Now the bunch is back together. They cleared the air. They hug, kumbaya. The podcast back in business. They got shirts about to be pressed. You know what I'm saying? They about to be back at it like they never left. Congratulations to y'all. And shout out to YaYa, because I think she got her ads. Even though you a cornball, you know what I'm saying? You a what? You know what I'm saying? You a hate. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to you for getting them ads. And I was watching your page a little bit, and I'm like, damn, how her page go from having like 800 and something followers to less than 24 hours? She had like 12, 1,300 followers, and her views still was super low on YouTube. So I'm just like, damn, all them people follow her in such that short span of time. Then it went from 1,000 and something to over 2K in like another 24 hours. I'm like, well, where is she being shared to? That all these people follow her in less than 48 hours. She didn't gain that many people in the last almost year she been on YouTube. And I might be exaggerating that time, but I've been on here for at least I think like 6 months. And she was on there consistently longer than me. So yeah. But kudos, whatever you share to is working. Keep sharing it, keep them numbers growing. So anyway, the reason why I said her story wasn't adding up is because she said when YaYa first asked her, she said, yeah, it was a CPS case. Then she said, no, it wasn't a CPS case. Then she said, I suffer from postpartum. No, I didn't mean postpartum. I meant preeclampsia. Then it was postpartum again. So your story is all over the place. Then you go say, CPS didn't snatch my kids out of my arm, so I don't consider it a CPS case because they ain't snatch them out of my arms. I gave them up. I gave guardianship to my sister. But then at some point in the live, you say about how your sister was trying to get benefits for your kids and found out she couldn't because they weren't her kids. And so she manipulated some stuff to get them and then lied to the system about how you wasn't capable of caring for your kids. So which one is it? Which one is it? You gave them up willingly because you felt like you couldn't take care of your kids because you said you was only 18 when you had your first baby. You had just lost your mom and your brother, and you just wasn't ready for that. So you gave them up. But so did your sister manipulate some stuff, or did you just give them up because you knew you wasn't ready to take care of that child you first had? So I'm a little bit confused, and that's why the story ain't adding up to me, okay? Because then you go a little bit deeper into your story, right? Sometimes talking too much, just give us just enough. Like, just give us just enough. Like, sometimes you gotta stop talking, because you put your foot in the mouth. You put your foot in the mouth. So her first two children are by the same man, she said, okay? So she said she had the first kid at 18, and she wasn't ready to take care. She had too much going on. She still hadn't mourned her mom. And things like that, and the loss to her brother. She just wasn't in the right headspace, okay? But then she got pregnant again and had another baby at the age of 19, I believe she said. And she was saying, well, why have a baby again if you said you ain't ready, yada, 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 yada. She's like, I was a kid, we don't know no better. We do things. Granted, that's definitely a thing, right? But you knew well enough that you knew enough to realize you wasn't ready to take care of that first baby and gave it up to your sister, supposedly, that it wasn't a CPS case. You just gave it up to her, but you end up saying she told all these stories about you. So was it a CPS case or wasn't it a CPS case? Because I'm confused because you mentioned how you had to do parenting classes and all kinds of stuff. So was it a CPS case or wasn't it? Because if it wasn't a CPS case and you gave these kids up willingly just because you wasn't ready, why would you need to go through all these things? Like, make that make sense to me. Can you make that make sense to me? Because it ain't making sense. It ain't making sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't never gave none of my kids up to the system or nothing like that. Now I do know people who have had their kids in the system and the things they've had to go through. So that's why I said some of the things you said just ain't adding up. It don't add up, especially for someone who's saying if you could have been there for them, you would have. If you could have been a parent to them, you would have. Well, if you gave them up willingly because you wasn't ready, and you said that your kids are grown now, so in 18 years you ain't get ready. You ain't get ready. You ain't get yourself together. So anyway, okay, love. Good night. So you have the one baby. You get a baby to your sister, allegedly. Then you have another baby. Your boyfriend leave you, and you give that baby to your sister too. And you say that your sister was manipulating the system, telling them how you wasn't a fit parent and you couldn't take care of them and this, that, and the third. But from my understanding, like if you saying you wasn't an addict or nothing like that, and you willingly gave them up, but you wanted your kids. You say you went to the parenting. So if you went to the parenting classes and stuff like that, it sounded like you wanted your kids. So if you would have completed the stuff that the court wanted you to complete, what would have been the reason for them not to give you your kids back if you were deemed fit to care for your children? So this is the part I don't understand because usually Usually, now we know the system don't always do what it's supposed to do, so there is, special circumstances. Usually when you are going through things with CPS and the judge orders you to complete certain things under, and if you complete those things, normally that means they will reunite you with your children if you do what you are supposed to do. Okay. So if you completed the task that the judge wanted you to complete and you were in compliance, normally what happens then is CPS will step in, they'll reunite you with your children, they'll help you with housing if that's the issue, help you with employment, all types of things once they are in your life. Like, this is normally how it goes. So, but you saying your kids didn't get snatched from your arms. You gave them up willingly. And then you say you have a third child 5 years later after your second child, and that child not with you either. But this has nothing to do with you being an unfit parent. It's just not adding up, my dear. It just ain't making sense to me. So by the time you were, what you said, 5 years later, so you about 24, 25 years old. By the time you're 24, 25 years old, you're a little bit older. So you know better. You got two kids already out there in the streets. You got two kids already out there, not under your care. You have another kid. And at that point, when you decide to have another kid, a third kid, after you got two kids that are not in your care, at that time, you still didn't have yourself together. You still wasn't in a position like, I'm going to do right by this kid. Because usually CPS not just snatching every kid that come up out of you if you were not deemed unfit, if they did not find drugs in your system or something like that. Like, they just not coming and snatching your babies. The other two is in the system. You take this one too. I know people that got kids in the system, but got their other kids because they got themselves together, later in life. So so you have to make that make sense for me. So can you come on and do a part 2 and kind of explain that, since you already put the other stuff out there? Like, can we understand that too? Because it just ain't making sense to me. And this is why I said this story doesn't make sense to me. So I got a lot of questions because a lot of stuff just ain't adding up. And since you put it out there, then, can we tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God? Like, let's just tell a story and, do what we do. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of questions, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was different for you at the time and they just took all your kids just because. They just took them like just because. That could be a thing. Stuff happen to men like that all the time. Okay, love. Feel better. So, like, just make it make sense. Then something else that stuck out to me was you said you didn't consider it a CPS case because they wasn't ripped out your arms. Well, a CPS case is a CPS case, regardless of how you want to see it. If you had paperwork in the system about you for CPS, you had a CPS case. If there were CPS workers in your life investigating you, you had to check in and do certain things, you had a CPS case. It's just that you decided to hand your children over to your family members before they got to a point where they was making the decision for you, which was smart on your behalf because you have a little bit more control when you decide to do these things when you still have the opportunity to. Normally, when you wait for them to make a decision, you don't have no say. So they do what they want to do, how they want to do it, and then that could put your kids in a bad position. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. There's something else that stuck out to me. So that's why your story didn't seem believable to me. There was a lot of holes in your story. It was a lot of flip-flopping in your story. And maybe you was nervous. You could have been nervous and just talking. You know what I'm saying? You could have been nervous and just talking. Sometimes we be talking and we don't realize what we're saying. And we kind of don't realize that one thing kind of contradicts the other. So I'm going to give you that. Because what you were talking about was a super sensitive topic. And you were in front of the whole world. Apparently, YaYa used those words. I don't know if that was in your interview or the next day. Tell the whole world, tell the whole world. Hello, you telling the whole world. When she said the whole world, I said the whole world. What? But anyway, the fact that all three of her children are grown adults and they don't want anything to do with her at all says a lot. Right. And then I feel like, and I could be wrong because I didn't get a chance to go back and go listen. But I feel like at some point in the live, because I know YaYa said something about she had asked you about helping you find your kids to reunite with them. I feel like at one point in that live, you said you got their phone number, you just never called. You want them to reach out to you when they are ready. And I was like, if that ain't a bunch of bull caca, because if you gave your kids up and you saying your kids feel some type of way about you, you the parent, it's on you to reach out to them to make an effort, not for them to come to you. That's not what that you supposed to let them know that you want to be a part of their life. And my thing is this: if you gave the kids up willingly, then how come you didn't have a relationship with your kids? Why do they despise you to the point they don't want nothing to do with you even now as adults? Why do they have a bunch of unanswered questions? If it was a situation where you gave them up because you just wasn't capable of raising them and they were with your family, how come it's a bunch of unanswered questions? How come they don't want anything to do with you in their grown age? Like, anybody know who her kids is? We need to get them on the line. I would love to do an interview with one of your children. Let them tell their side. Let them tell their truth. Let's see if the story add up. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that though. Downtime. That would be wild. Like, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? I was joking when I said that, y'all. Don't go looking for her kids or nothing like that. Don't go disturbing them. I was joking. I would never do something. That's something that y'all would do though. That's something YaYa and y'all would do though. Go try to find the people, get them on the panel, come tell y'all side. Like, that's some stuff y'all would do. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disturb them kids. But it definitely raises the red flag that none of your children want anything to do with you. And then you have the audacity to admit that you talked about other people's parenting, talking about because what you would have did if you had the opportunity. Well, it sounds like you did have the opportunity to be a parent and you simply did not take said opportunity. Because if you're saying you gave your kids up willingly, then you had every opportunity in the world to be a parent and chose not to be a parent. It can't be both ways. Downtime. You either gave them up willingly because you wasn't ready, or your family ripped your kids from your arm because you wasn't in a position to be a parent, a fit parent. Like, which one? Because the story you given, I feel like I'm chasing my tail. The story you gave, I feel like I'm chasing my tail. And I feel like YaYa, with her being the greatest interview, her being the best interview out here on these streets, she didn't give what she was supposed to be given. How she do with other people? She did not, she left a lot of stones unturned. We didn't get clarity on a lot of stuff. I'm gonna need YaYa to do a part 2 and ask the questions for us to get clarification. Ask some questions for us to get clarification. Because I got some answers. I got some questions. Downtime, you want to come over here and do an interview? I won't be disrespectful. I will just, since you already told your story, you might as well tell it all. Can we get some answers to some clarity to some of the stuff that I've said? I would love to hear part 2 because your story was interesting. And regardless of how ignorant I think y'all are over there, how disgusting I think your panel is, just how the scum, you are the scum beneath my toe, between my toes. What is it that Alfalfa said? You're the scum between my toes. No matter how low, I think of y'all, I do hope that you and your children can, reunite and get reacclimated, and y'all can, come together and fill in that gap, because it's not okay for a child to be walking around in this world and not have answers, and have a living parent or parents that are out here. I'm able to touch them, but we can't communicate. We can't get no answers. We can't get no clarity. That can't be a fun feeling for a child. And I can't imagine what that's like for a mother. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. So I do hope you could get that together. But it's a lot of questions that we have, or I have, that I didn't get from that interview. I feel like a lot of stuff was left out. I just do. It's not adding up, sis. It ain't adding up. And to hear that you out here with 3 kids, not in your possession, you don't got custody to, and you had the audacity to talk about other people and they parenting with their kids, they got their kids. Sorry, that is not meant to be a dig. It's just a fact. Regardless of how you felt about how people out here parenting their kids, they are actually parenting their kids. Regardless if you agree with the way they are parenting their kids, or the way they are bringing up their kids, or the things that their kids have been involved in, the difference between them and you is that they're actually going through those motions with their children. It is learning experiences with their children. They do something that didn't work out. It was a mistake. They could correct that in the future. They could try something different in the future. They could take a different approach. But you ain't have that opportunity because you ain't have your kids with you. So the fact that you are actually a mother that pushed out 3 kids that don't have your kids, had the audacity to put your lips on other people and their kids, is insane to me. It's insane to me. The audacity of you. Come on now. And then y'all gonna stand on it and y'all not gonna correct it. You're not gonna apologize. YaYa ain't make you apologize again like she did with that other lady. Like she been making y'all apologize any other time. Why she ain't make y'all apologize now? Why are you making up all these excuses for why it was okay for her to do the thing she did? It ain't you, YaYa, with your little that ponytail. It pisses me off. Your ponytail be making me mad, YaYa. I zoomed in on your ponytail one day and I just was like, why is it sticking up like that? The curl's not even curly no more. Now, I know you went and got that ponytail, and it probably cost you little or nothing, probably like $8.99 for that yaki. That's like real authentic yaki, like straight from a bull's A double scribble. You know what I'm saying? Off of a donkey's A double scribble. A sheep's, like, the curl pattern is unmatched. And I know it didn't cost you much, and the ponytail is gone. We done had a eulogy for that ponytail, YaYa. We done gave a sermon, sit on the pulpit, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We returned it to the sender. And you keep trying to revive it. Let it go, girl. Let the ponytail go. You know, please let it die. Let it die. My goodness. So anyway, um, I got sidetracked. Yeah. Then you blamed your sister. You blamed your sister for not being able to be a parent. You said you wasn't ready to be a parent, and then you blamed your sister for why you couldn't be a parent. All these years done passed, and you couldn't be a parent at no given time. It's your sister's fault. It's everybody's fault but your own. Anyway, um, what else did I want to talk on? Then y'all gonna have the audacity to say, we only get at people that get at us. The lies y'all tell, because I didn't even know who the hell a Downtime was, and Downtime came to me to get up on your panel in defense of you. Remember when she was talking about, she interested in a Muslim, religion, I think because her boyfriend is Muslim or whatever, the one that rode on that little scooter with the two little wheels that Pam talked about. She came at me. I didn't know her from a can of paint, and I ain't never said nothing to Downtime. And my response to Downtime was actually really positive. I had extended an opportunity to teach her something. If she had questions, I could answer them. Because regardless of how y'all feel about me on this here app, I be on here doing my blogger thing, being messy Betsy. I know a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? But I don't come on here, talking about my religion, act like I'm holier than thou. Because I am not without sin. And I am far from perfect, beloved, and I don't never claim to be. Y'all the ones keep bringing up my religion. I don't never speak about my religion. I mean, you see it because I cover myself every day, but I don't never speak on it. Y'all keep bringing it back up. Y'all think that's a sore spot for me. At first, I ain't gonna hold y'all. At first. Like when I made a mistake and my camera came on and y'all got to see me uncovered, I was pissed at myself. Because nobody has seen me uncovered since I became Muslim, because that's something that I take pride in. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I done messed up. But it is what it is now. It's out there. Post a picture on y'all live tomorrow. Make me one of y'all flyers or whatever. I'm expecting it. Girl, I don't give a damn. Put it up there. It is what it is as far as that goes. But the audacity, then YaYa, you started a beef with me over some alleged comments that I put on your post that never happened the way that you portray them. Never happened the way you portrayed them. And when I tried to clear the air with you, instead of you having a conversation and listening to what I was trying to tell you, you wanted to run with the narrative that you had because it was a better storyline for you. Because I never came for you. I never disrespected you. This beef, or whatever you want to call it, because it ain't no real beef for me. To me, it's fun. It's like a time. It's like a pastime, or like a time filler. Like when you need something to fill time, kind of like when you use Downtime to fill that time on your panel when she told her story. For me, when I respond to y'all and give y'all a little bit of time, it's just me filling time. Clocking some minutes. Getting some views, getting a little couple dollars off of y'all or whatever like that. That's all it is for me. But you started this, and I don't understand why y'all don't be accountable. Like the whole back and forth for me and you started because you started it. Because I tried to help you from giving you some knowledge from what I learned from social media, And instead of you taking it as another black woman trying to look out for another black woman, because that's just not who you are as an individual. You rather be a messy ass. You know what I'm saying? You want to take it as me trying to tell you how to run your page. And now your page is going, from my understanding. I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but I know you took a couple of hits and things like that. Now your page is gone. Now your page is going. You know what I'm saying? I still got my page for now. You know what I'm saying? I still got my page for now. You know what I mean? So you started that. And why don't you take accountability for that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But anyway, so y'all need to stop with that BS about people coming for y'all first. Y'all come for people every single day. Every single day y'all talking about somebody. Even today. I think, was it today? When you brought up my friend May, y'all just can't stop talking. Y'all love to have her name on y'all tongue. I think it make y'all like excited. Like it must do something for y'all. And the reason why I can sit on a panel and I could stand next to my friend is because not only did she, but that man that she used to be married to, both denied the claims of those things. And even if you try to bring up, oh, her daughter said, y'all either gonna believe her daughter or y'all gonna say she's a liar. Which one is it? Because y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all like to pick and choose like what's true and what's not true. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make an exception for this because it paint the picture we want to paint. But we ain't gonna let them loose on this because they a liar. Like which one is it? And if you bring up his mama, the man himself said everything she said ain't even happened the way that she said it, and that she should have talked to him first. He ain't co-signed none of it. So that's how I could sit next to my friend and don't have no problems with it. You know what I'm saying? And have no problems with it, you know? And whatever. So she said, don't make fake narrations to create beef with her. Ain't that what you did with me? You created a fake narrative. I said narration, I meant narratives. You created a fake narrative about me to have a problem with me that you've been dragging on for about a year now. You've been dragging this fake narrative on for about a year now. For about a year now. Like, when you gonna give it up? Give it up, sis. And I'm just reporting the news. Why you in your feelings, girl? Why you in your feelings? If you don't like what I be talking about, you don't want to know what I be talking about, then don't listen to what I'm saying. Somebody sent it to you, don't play it. I don't care if you say I ain't click on your page. Somebody sent me a clip. Don't open it. As soon as you see it has something to do with Summer's room, don't open it. Then you won't know what I said. You can't be bothered. You won't know what I said. You can't be bothered. I don't know. But even if she ain't in here, she gonna hear about it because apparently she hear about everything. So that was pretty much that. Let me see if I missed anything. We talked about the Keisha timeline. We talked about the Niecy baby thing. We talked about the kids and the CPS stuff. We talked about the ponytail. I think that was everything. I think that was everything. I think that was everything. So downtime. If I offended you with my report, I want to say this now. You know, will that be a lie? Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Because honestly, my intentions was not to offend you in no way. I honestly only did this live because your friend YaYa just be just running her mouth all the time. It'd be like, come on, talk about us. Like, give us a response. She just be itching for attention us all the time, every day, every day, every day. So, hey, once in a while, I feel like I give her a bone. Every once in a while, I feel I saw a part of it run till a while, and that's why I'm actually doing this live. The whole reason why I did this live is because YaYa decided she wanted to go off on me about me saying that that downtime story just, didn't make sense. It didn't seem like it was, the whole truth and nothing but the truth is the reason why I'm here today. Or whatnot. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have never said it because I wasn't going to do the live and talk about downtime because I'm like, this is sensitive and this is unlike me, honestly. Like, But it was just to kind of get out the questions I had, that was going through my mind after YaYa. I feel like you egged me on. I feel like YaYa was like, come on, Summer. Come on and do it. We need a buzz. We need something to make this live pop. I did a 6-hour live today and got 345 views. Like, I need a live to make me pop so I can get I can get me like 1,000, 2,000 views on a live. Let me eat you up. They were rude and cruel to everyone. Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing. Were they? I know that at the end of that live the other day, they had talked about another falling out. I know she still wishes that. Yes, they talked about Lisa too. Why they talk about Lisa? What made them talk about Lisa? They gotta stop wishing DEATH on people. You gotta stop putting that stuff out there. Like, and y'all say it so effortlessly about people to take themselves when downtime. Your mental status don't look too stable, my dear. Your mental status don't come off too stable. It don't come off too stable. Like you seem like you got a couple things going on. And I heard you got a job. Congratulations to you. Which I found odd because didn't your friend YaYa say that you came into a settlement? You ain't had to work for a while because you got money. Didn't you say that? Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember YaYa saying Downtime got her settlement? She got coins. She ain't gotta work. Her sister's good. She could fall back for a while. Y'all remember? Y'all remember they said that? And now Downtime got a job or something like that. She back working. That's what I heard. That's what YaYa said. Maybe that's a lie too. I don't know. I'm just saying. I recall her saying that. Now they back to this. I don't know. Which one is it? She got money. She got money, or she don't got the money. Which one? Which one is it? She said, "Why you don't talk about yourself?" Because I don't want to talk about myself. Y'all are more interesting. My life is boring. I'm in the house a lot. Not unless I'm going out with like my daughter or family or something. I'm a homebody. I ain't really got a lot to tell y'all about me. I'm boring. So listening to what y'all got going on is much more interesting. People forget that Downtime cussed at Shelly Mack and also said on her live she wishes on Lisa and Shelly. She also called her a white. Yeah, she did. She said something about somebody being white again, I think today or yesterday. And then said, oops, I didn't mean to say that. And then they called me a sellout. How I'm a sellout? What do you mean I'm a sellout? Because I'm friends with a white girl? She ain't my first white friend. I've been a sellout for all my life then. Mamas, I got a sister that's a white girl. I got a sister poo that's a white girl. And she a back, tear it up. So if I'm a sellout because of that, then I've been a sellout for a long time. Because May is not my first or only Caucasian friend. That panel and those people over there have done a lot of disgusting things. And it doesn't look like they are ever going to be accountable for their actions. It doesn't look like they're going to clean up their act by any means at all. And yeah. It looks like everybody else is at fault and wrong for the things that they do and needs to be talked and dragged, but not them. The very same things that they say out their mouth, they don't follow for themselves. It's always a problem, always an issue, whatever. But yeah, I was supposed to go live earlier today, but I was out, being a parent to my daughter. That ain't no shot. That's just a fact. I was out, doing a mommy-daughter thing. We was having our time. So I got in a little late. And now I'm tired. So I'm finna get up off here. I was going, open up the lines and have people come up. But maybe we could do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do how YaYa do, like a recap of the previous live. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Probably not. Because I don't see me responding to them again for a while. I don't see me responding to them again for a while. I'm going to let her do her thing, pop her stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to my regular scheduled programming like they don't exist. But with that, I'm going to bid you guys a good night. because I'm tired. I feel like my words are slurring at this point. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll get up with y'all another time. Thank y'all for supporting Summer's Room the way that y'all do. And
Dice. The tea is coming soon. We got to take you at home or on the move. But you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's Room. The tea is coming soon. We got to take you at home or on the move. But you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's Room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
bye.